the Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to Silver Linings. I'm your host, Janine Barrows. Sometimes I'm your co-host, but today I'm definitely your host. And our goal is to help with solutions to challenges, solutions to new life adventures, many solutions here on the Treasure Coast. And that's what we are here to do today. Today, we have a wonderful group of panelists to talk to you about an organization here in Indian River County called The Source. And with me today is Charlene Morris, and she is a licensed mental health counselor, and she is a very important new role with The Source here, and she's going to tell you more about it. We also have Brenda Spizzato with us, and she is a genius with grant writing and organizing for events for not-for-profit organizations. And then we have Mr. T here, Tony Zorba, who is the executive director of The Source. And today they're going to share some information with you about mental health crisis, holiday season, and how it creates the blues, and what they're trying to offer to our community as a solution or a resolution to possibly battle that, recognize them, and offer some tools on how to overcome them. So thank you all for joining me today and being willing to share your message and your event with our community and our listeners today. Charlene.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Good to
doing
be here.
Great. I'm so glad you are here today. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your role with The Source.
So I've been with The Source about 5 years. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and a certified addiction professional. And so at The Source, I spend most of my time helping the members with the issues that they face. I do groups, substance groups, conquering codependency, as well as sometimes helping the staff with some of the things that they experience, because there's quote unquote, a thing called vicarious trauma. And that is because they are exposed to other people's trauma every single day for 8 hours. And so a lot of times they have to come in and just kind of dump that. And I'm that person for that. And so I love that fact because it keeps them wanting to come back each day to work. And it's really an important piece that we do. Some companies have employment assistance programs. We have me. And so
what a great perk.
What a great perk, right? And so I enjoy doing that. The Impact 100 grant that we received early this year has helped us it's helped me too. It's helped The Source have me there 5 days a week because I was only there a couple of days a week before the grant. So we are really thankful to Impact 100. And also to Grand Harbor, who has also given us additional funds so that we are able to put on these programs and these seminars that are coming up.
Ooh, we're going to get to that momentarily. Yes. But you brought up grants and Impact 100 and the amazing gifting and philanthropy in our community and how they support organizations just like yours across the Treasure Coast that really are designed to simply help the residents. Right. And so that really brings us right over to Brenda and her role and how that looks and what that means for the community and the participants of The Source and your coworkers. Talk to us.
Thank you, Janine. Charlene, and we just recently received a KT Foundation grant, so that's really exciting. And I had the pleasure of writing that grant, and it's to support the Dignity Wellness. So big shout out to Kristen Heaney. So I came on board in October, and I come from a development background. It's really exciting to see all the moving pieces and all the moving parts that just bring life change to our community and the broken. And people need hope. They need a place that they can go to when they're desperate for answers. And Charlene is one of the first people that they see as well when it comes to to that mental health component. As far as events, I'm really excited because I'm new to the area and as far as the organization. So I'm learning. I have the pleasure of working with Beverly Paris and her husband, Marty. We have upcoming events throughout the year. And so I've just hit the ground running and it's really a pleasure. We have an amazing team in place. It's so exciting to see all that's happening every day. It's like going into the ER and you just have so much going on. And I just thank them for the opportunity to be able to serve in this ministry.
I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit, though, about the realities of the costs. The costs, Tony can add in on this. The cost of running a multitude of programs, because the Source is not just a place to go get a meal. It is not just a place to grab a shower. It offers safety and safe harbor for sleeping. It offers education for reintroduction into the regular routine of general public. It gives housing. It gives solutions. It gives mental health assistance. There's a ton of things and services that are provided, but it's not for free.
No.
So how much does, say, the Dignity Bus annually cost to run that program, to provide how many beds a night? How many?
36.
36 beds a night in our community to create a safe harbor for those that have otherwise would have been on the streets. What is a cost like that annually?
It's a little over $100,000.
$100,000 to give safe shelter 365 nights a year to 30 plus individuals who would have otherwise been hidden amongst the shrubbery of our community.
Yeah, and that cost savings to the community is $1.3 million.
Wow.
So for a $100,000 investment, it saves the community $1.3 million.
And that money comes from?
All sorts of funding. It comes from grants. It comes from individual contributions, events. We couldn't do it without the donor base that we have. So it takes a whole entire village.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt, you are right. I have seen some amazing things in the last few years come out of the Source. My favorite being that when I speak about the Source, I talk about it as being a solution, not a Band-Aid, not a meal and then back to the woods. It really does offer options and opportunity and shows through success the individuals that have pulled themselves out. It's not easy. It takes hard work, but have worked with the program and have pulled themselves out of dire situations and changed the path of their lives. So I just wanted Brenda to emphasize the importance that these programs would not exist without the philanthropy in our community, like the Impact 100, like the different grants that Brenda just mentioned that were just approved. Those are what pay for the many, many programs. And the Dignity Bus is just one of the solutions that the Source is actively offering our community members. And when I say community members, I mean our homeless too. They are our community members. They are our neighbors. They are the people that work with us. A lot of them are employed. True. So this is about solutions being supported by our community philanthropy groups and successfully seeing it implemented so that people's lives are truly changed.
Sure.
And I love that about the Source. Go ahead, Brenda.
What I wanted to say is when I started working there, Tony introduced me to a new way of just kind of viewing assistance. So it was more like, what did you say? Something like it's not a hand up?
It's not a handout or a hand up.
Right.
It's a hand in.
And why is that, Tony?
A buy-in.
Because we require that it's not, you have to have the support of government, of the business community, of the general individual donors, but you also have to have the support of the people that you're serving. So the people that you serve have to be part of that process. And when they can be part of that process, then the whole thing starts to work. And that's why when you come by the Source and you see that, it starts to work.
It's everywhere. I was in tears. I just remember him giving me a tour. And I walked in, and I mean, you see the members volunteering. You see in the back, they're folding clothes, they're washing dishes. It's just like everyone is a hand in the process of transformation, and it really is as a staff member, you're it's more than just writing a grant or doing events. It's like you're literally changing someone's trajectory of their life, of their future, their family. For me, it's very rewarding, and I'm very thankful. Very, very.
And as a Christian ministry,
that's right.
The focus is to support and serve the community with all of these various programs that we got going on, but to lead people to a saving faith in Christ. That's our ministry, and that's what we believe, right? And Jesus is just us. JESUS is just us. There's no us versus them. It's just us. And the greatest gift that we can give people is to love one another just as he has loved us. And that's what we're doing. It's just trying to love on people as best as we can and try to help them through the situations and help them unload the trauma and the bags that they're carrying every day. Because each and every one of us have stuff that we're carrying. When you leave here, you have stuff that you're carrying. And, to have these types of events, and some of our members will be there. Some of our staff will be there at this event that she's going to talk about. Because this time of year is tough for a lot of people. Just being homeless is tough.
My
it really
husband
lost his father December 26th. So it's really
makes it a very difficult time.
I was like, you need to be there, honey. So
yeah, absolutely. And that brings us back full circle to why we're actually here today. The Source has endless services, endless opportunity, and I highly encourage you to go and visit them and check out what they have and see how you might be able to be involved, because it's drops in the bucket that fulfill it and maybe make it easy for us to serve upon others through the Source and as a community member. So I want you to go. I want you to go check them out. I encourage you to reach out, give them a call, and go see what's happening. Go see the impact that they're making and learn about all the different programs. But today I want to focus specifically on managing the holiday blues. Managing the holiday blues is imperative for most of us. Somebody has lost somebody close by to the holiday. My mother has that experience and gets very melancholy around Christmas. You have people that are completely isolated and alone in their homes that don't have a celebration, know it's occurring, and feel completely detached from the world.
Yes.
You have individuals who are going through traumas, maybe financially, maybe emotionally with a loved one with separations. And you have those that are even struggling without housing, trying to figure out what their worth is here today on earth. And so the blues during the holiday is something that most of us feel for some reason or another. And I love that you all have put together this event that is coming up in December that's going to focus exactly on that. So before we go back to Charlene and go into depth about managing the blues event, I want to go ahead and take a break and go to our sponsors, because without them, we wouldn't be able to share these messages with you. And we'll return briefly after that. Thank you so much.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's holiday sale time, so you can save up to 50% on selected groups of indoor and outdoor furniture from Lloyd Flanders, Telescope, Windward, Capri, Seawinds, Universal, and lots more. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, patio groups, occasional chairs, bedroom sets, all on sale just in time to make Santa say ho, ho, ho. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half off. And don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store just across the street from our main location for lots of great holiday bargains. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza next to Planet Fitness in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture.
Are you opening a used car lot, pawn shop, a restaurant that will serve beer and wine? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
Ladies, are you looking for a change but just don't know how to get there? Don't miss the Women's Life Mastery event, a roadmap for change to becoming your best self. 10 fabulous women sharing their expertise for real ways to positive change. This holiday season, invest in yourself and register today to discover and become your best self. Breakfast, lunch, swag, and more. The Women's Life Mastery event, Saturday, January 13th at Joy Farms in Vero Beach. Visit CIAcertified.com today for more details. CIAcertified.com.
We're back! Yay! I told you it would be painless. But I do want to say specifically to my sponsors here for Silver Lining, thank you to Conway Financials and to the legal team over at Rooney & Rooney. They have been extremely supportive of our show, and we are just so lucky to be able to share these messages for solutions here on the Treasure Coast. So we're back, and I wanted to chat with Charlene.
Hi.
We had said at the end of our break that we were going to go into depth about managing the holiday blues and the event that the Source is getting ready to put on, and how Charlene is the leader of that very event. So tell us what's going on.
So with the Impact 100 grants, this is how it all started. In the planning, I said I wanted to reach out to the community more about mental health, because everybody needs mental health. Everyone talks about mental health. It's not just for the homeless, like you mentioned. And so by doing these seminars, we're reaching out to the community and helping them see us in a different light, that it's not just about homelessness. It's about changing the face of homelessness. And so us reaching out to the community and offering these free events because of Impact 100, I think it'll change how people see us, how they view homelessness, and also receive information that we all need in order to help our own mental health and get through what we call the holiday season.
As you were saying, it made me think about, we had said prior to the break that, yeah, it's not just our homeless, but it also made me think about how many moms or dads are frazzled to the end right now trying to provide the perfect scenario for their families. There's a lot of social pressure there as well.
Certainly.
So it wasn't just those groups that we had mentioned into it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, when you're talking about mental health services, some people think that when you talk about mental health services or programs, that it's only for those that are severely broken. You can't function anymore. You've had a psychological break, and that is the only reason you might go to somebody for mental health counseling.
Correct. Yeah.
And we're learning more and more that that isn't the case, that we as human beings, we have emotions and feelings, and we have thought processes. And then we also have the environment around us that impacts us and can alter our state of mind at any time. So if somebody was saying, I think we should go see a mental health counselor, can you give me 5 reasons people would benefit, people who might be struggling with different things, that they could benefit from
Certainly.
seeing a mental health counselor?
Yeah. One of the things that I think people forget to come to a counselor for is just simply getting good, godly counsel. It's just relationships is one of them, how to handle their children. Sometimes grandparents are being parents now, and they need help. There are people who are caring. Yep, there are people caring for their elderly parents, like I did, and I ended up having to go and get mental health services.
Being a caretaker is hard.
Caretaking is very, very difficult. And also stress, just simple work stress, because when we're working so feverishly to provide for our families, I think sometimes we don't recognize that we're overworked and we're tired, and we need to sit down and just unload and get a different perspective on things. It's not so much that there's a full, like you're saying, a full mental, diagnosable mental health issue. I'm just sad. I'm sad because of a set of circumstances, and I don't know how to overcome them. And so those are some of the things that people can come to counseling for. Sometimes it's just, I need someone to talk to. and they don't have anyone to talk to. They don't have anyone to just listen to them and hear them. Someone's always trying to tell them what to do, and I believe that most people already have the answer. They just need confirmation.
I believe you're right on that, and just need that little push for a lot of individuals. The isolation is something I see a lot in what I do. I work with a lot of the geriatric population, and we see the impact of that often. And it's sad because it doesn't have to be like that.
It doesn't.
It just doesn't. So this event that's coming up, tell me about the date, the time, how that you can participate, and what to expect to gain out of it.
Yes, this is December 6th, next Wednesday, at Indian River College. They are also a sponsor. They're giving us the space to be able to have this seminar.
And that's a beautiful space over there.
I'm so thankful for that. And it's from 11 o'clock to 1 p.m. or 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are serving a light lunch with some beverages, so it's almost like a lunch and learn. And I think that's about the time and the date.
Is there a cost?
There is, and it's free.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out.
Thank the Impact 100.
Yes, it's free to the public because of our philanthropic groups.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
So how do they sign up for it?
Well, actually, they can just give us a call at our telephone number. And our telephone number is
772-564-0202, extension 222.
Yay. Thank you. Or they can email brenda.sposato@iamthesource.org.
See, look how easy that was.
Isn't that right? Some things I just don't memorize. But anyway, interestingly enough, the reason I chose this particular topic for the first seminar was personal, because I lost my mother 3 years ago. And so during the COVID time, no, Tony, I'm not going to cry. Yeah. And so
I'm crying for you. I'm over here.
But anyway, but I didn't know how to behave, because Christmas was one of my mother's most, how do you say, she made it the most beautiful time of the year for me and our family. And so it was very difficult for me initially, how to respond, how to deal with that. And so I began my journey a different way. I didn't go to a seminar, but I just began to say, well, Charlene, what are you grateful for? And what can you do to celebrate it in a different way? So I found a new tradition for myself. And I found different ways. I started having dinners at my house and inviting other people who were alone. And so that
you opened up your home.
I opened up my home, to heal. And other people need that too. So it's something to think about, that if you know other people who are lonely during the holidays and they've lost someone, open up your home, invite someone, even if it's just one person, to enjoy that time and meal and not be alone. And so that's how it started.
Excellent. I can't emphasize enough how much I think this is an important event.
Yeah.
It is 1 week away. They have 4 amazing panelists that have come, and I'm going to let Brenda thank them for their time before we go. But mostly I want to thank the 3 of you for investing your time, your hearts, and your lives into others, for pouring into our community members when they feel empty. I personally always will promote the source. I know where it comes from, and I know the impact it has. And I am eternally grateful for those of you who work hand in hand with those of us in our community who are just feeling alone and unseen. So thank you. Thank you for joining me today. I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to Brenda through the email, through the phone calls, get involved, sign up, be part of the event, and make an impact for yourself, for your loved ones. You never know. I mean, I might even arrive with my mother for that. I think it's going to be a very educational piece. So thank you all very much for joining me today. And I hope that the event is a huge success. Yes. That every seat is filled and that it is well worth it. I know you alluded that it is the beginning of a speakership, and I hope to have you all back on again to talk further about what the following year holds for you. That said, I want to speak to my listeners for just a brief moment. There is a woman named Teresa Baxter who is a community advocate for primarily the Gifford area here in Vero Beach. Every year she takes on a list of senior needs for Christmas. And this year she needs some help. So we've only got a few more weeks till Christmas. They are seeking out gift cards for the grocery stores, anywhere from $10 to $25 in value. If you can help, there are presently 65 seniors being assisted by Teresa and her team, and these are complete donations and volunteers. So if you are interested in helping, please call Teresa Baxter at area code 772-794-1005, extension 227. Please forgive me for reading it off of the screen, and offer to be an angel helper this year for the community members. Those that are isolated and alone are the very people that Teresa is helping. I wish each and every one of you a wonderful week. I thank our panelists here again. And briefly, Brenda, you said you wanted to take a note?
Just wanted to thank Shotzi LaJoy, Dr. Deepti Sawani, Irene Coswell, and Dr. Linda Petria for donating their time.
We look forward to hearing them speak. I know I'll be there on December 5th. You all have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.